Yo, what's up, Amy? Alright. Alright. Should almost go grab one of my consoles. Today we're going to be looking at the Sega Saturn. It's one of my favorite consoles. When I say it's one of my favorite consoles, I really mean that it's one of the more fascinating consoles, because you never hear much about it. Growing up, I never knew anyone that had one. I didn't even know it existed. I had a PlayStation. Everyone had a PlayStation. No one had a Saturn. So, it comes with 2 ports. That's for the battery, because you can save games right onto the console, or you can use the memory card slot to save your games. And this expansion slot can be used for a lot of things. The game just go right in there. This is a Model 1. The Model 1s have oval-shaped buttons, and just like plain serif font for the power and access lights. And then the Model 2s have a circular power and access button. So yeah. Right there. I haven't gotten like too deep into so it's not both disc and cartridge, it's a disc-based system, and you can expand the memory, because the on-board memory only is like it's very small. It's maybe you can maybe save like a couple games on it, or like one sports game, because sports games always have like a shitload more memory for like the franchise and players and stuff. So yeah, that thing on the top of the Saturn that I showed you was a memory card. This is a memory card from a game called Dragonforce. It's like a limited edition one. I haven't gotten too into like getting the best picture quality possible out of the Saturn. I know that with like the PAL regions. Yo, Lieutenant Mayhem, thank you so much for the Prime Gaming. Really appreciate that. 6 months. Awesome. Thank you so much, dude. I've always found this strange. So for this composite cord, it's 3 pins. Like you have this whole thing, and then it's like 3 pins. You see that? You can't really see it. There's only 3 pins in there. As opposed to the S-Video cord. The S-Video cord, this is what goes into the back of the Saturn. Look how many pins there are. But honestly, the video quality isn't even that much better on S-Video. Like, I've played Knights on both, and you can barely tell the difference. Old mouse and keyboard plug. I'm showing this is a composite video cable for the Sega Saturn. I also have a box for the RF cable. This is probably how a lot of people hooked up their system, the RF cable. It's not even in there. This is just like worthless. Just it's a box that says Sega Saturn on it. That's why I have it. Yeah. Easily one of my favorite systems to collect for. So, for some reason, talk about this. Sega Saturn games come in these giant cases. So, like, I have a couple PlayStation long boxes. PlayStation did the same thing when the PlayStation first came out. They also had these massive boxes with the actual ribbing. That's actually ribbed for her pleasure. So, I mean, that's like, they're about the same size. They're actually like PlayStation boxes fractionally taller. Like, I don't know. They're honestly like the exact damn same size. Like, they're exactly the same size. But obviously, PlayStation didn't continue doing this. Like, I have 6 games that are in 5 games over there that are in a long box, and then the rest are jewel cases. So like and I never remember PlayStation games coming like this. So, like, PlayStation stopped very quickly. Oh, okay, no, don't stop making the big boxes. Just jewel cases, jewel cases, jewel cases. But the Saturn was just like, just keep making big boxes for everything. So every game came in this massive box. Gracie. Sort of reminds me of the 3DO boxes. Here's a 3DO box. This really is taller. Like, this thing is enormous. Like, can't even get it in the screen because it's so large. It's a little thinner than the Saturn box by a little bit. It was way taller. Like, why is it so fucking tall? Persona 4, yay or nay? Yeah, dude. This is a fun RPG, and the music is really good. I really like the music too. It can be a little slow paced though. Like, if you're not into like the whole like you play through every day, like days go by one at a time, and you play through every day. Like, that's, if you don't like that, then you're not gonna like the game. Yeah. So, but here's a 3DO box. Like, they were even more dumb about it. Like, derp, how do we make the box? So, I mean, it's cool that Saturn boxes are like this, but it obviously was just like, I'll tell you why it's a problem. One, I can't fit these things on my damn shelf. Like, they're, you need to have special shelves so you can fit like a case this large. You need like a regular bookshelf. It's like a book. Second, the cases always get disheveled. They're fragile. They break very easily, and because they're larger, it's like if someone dropped it, there's more like case to break, so it like breaks itself. You know what I'm saying? This one's in pretty good shape, except for that crack on the front. But usually, like, these bindings right here, where the game art hooks onto where the CD's held, these will often break. It's just like a tiny little orb of plastic that just holds it in there, and once that breaks, it just does not, it won't hold anymore, and you won't be able to get the opening action. Yeah, this game is actually pretty good. I mean, it's a first-person shooter. It's basically like Doom with Alien. Not a bad concept. It's okay. If you've never played a Persona game, 4 is a good one to start with. Just play on easy. I went right in on expert, but that's just because I really like the game. So the first game is actually Albert Odyssey, which I have upstairs. I don't keep certain Saturn games down here because they're very expensive. Very expensive. Funny. A mock. There's a few of these on Saturn. It's like a robot game. A robot game. That's, come on. It's a mech game. Like Mech Warrior, Mech Assault. This box is in nice shape. I really am particular about the boxes because I don't like having loose games. As you saw, I've been taking the games that I've had loose. Like, look, I got nothing in here now, and putting them in a jewel case and putting them in, because I don't like having loose games. It just doesn't. You look at your loose games and it just doesn't feel like it's part of your collection. So I like at least having the box, and so when I get a Saturn game, I don't like to get them just like the disc. It's like, if I'm gonna get a Saturn game, it has to be complete in box. Lucky me. Area 51. It's a light gun game made by Acclaim Midway. I'm more of a Time Crisis guy. Oh, my goodness. Area 51 wasn't really my thing, but... Jesus Christ, kitty. You're so needy. This cover is crazy. Baku Baku! Mother... Like, whoa. It's just a puzzle game. I love that ESRB rating, though. Rated kids to adults. Ages 6+. Just the way the characters look. Like, look at how that monkey looks. You know what's going on. This case is in good shape as well. This is basically going to be show and tell because if you don't have the manual, it's like you don't have the art for the game. Like, I don't think there's any Saturn games I have that I don't have like the box and the manual for, because the manual is the art. Like, what I'm showing you is the manual. Like, that is the manual. So it's not like other systems where it is the art and manual separately. Like, it's essentially, if you don't have the manual, you don't have the art. It's crazy. But like, there's still the art. There's still like the back art and the binding art, which I think is the same piece of paper. So there's like that. There's that, but the front is literally just the manual. Advertising Guardian Heroes on the back. This is a fighting game. It's meh. Like, so far out of all these games, I'd say like Alien Trilogy would be like the best game so far. One problem with the Saturn was I mean, the hardware is okay. The hardware is decent, but there were no games. So really hard to drive a product with no software. Blackfire, just a air combat game. Yeah, there's the kids to adults. I love that rating. It's the most vague rating ever. It's perfect. This game's almost good. I've actually played it on stream before, with the fuzzy T, but it's just, it falls short of being a good game. It's shit. You can play with 4 people, but there's only 2 ports on the Saturn, so you have to get the extender. Yeah, I got one up there. These cases have been in good shape. Like, this is what I like to see. Like, no cracks, and like both of the binds are still in good shape. Like, if you took good care of these, it's okay. But it's like people don't take. No one took care of their shit here, dude. Like, people just like, games, fuck it, just throw it away. This cover again is just like blazing dragons, and he's holding the fork like a joint. He's clearly stoned. Rated kids to adults. It's it's like an adventure game. This had to have been on PC or something as well, or like Macintosh, or Amiga or some other shit. Because that's what it looks like. It doesn't look like a Saturn game. It looks like a game that was made for like MSX or something, or Amiga, or like I'm saying, or one of those old PCs. There's a lot of funny dialogue though. I have played it a little bit. I wouldn't mind messing around with it again. It's a funny game. I don't know. Not the worst game, but it's also not even. It's like not really a game. Like, you're just walking around and like it's like just a little point and click adventure game. That's not really that. Not a lot of replay value. This game's okay. God, this case is in such good condition too. Except for that. Like, the front of it's perfect, and then it has that crack right there. And there. Look at that. It's like made of sugar. Like, seriously, they break so easily. Yep, look at that. It just fucking falls off. That's like typical Saturn case you'll find is like that. In 2 parts. If there's a case at all. This part's good though. There's a sequel to this game. It's called Bug 2. I think spelled T-O-O, and I don't have that. But yeah, the thing that always stuck out to me is just like how bubbly his ass is on the. I don't know what's up with these covers, dude. Like, so far there's been some like questionable covers. I don't know. Rated kids to adults. So this is a first-party Sega game that was supposed to be like one of the killer apps for the Saturn. Like, okay, you're gonna get Clockwork Knight now, right? There's also Clockwork Knight 2. I don't have that, but very cool concept. And like the graphics are sort of like, I don't know if anyone's ever played the Toy Story games on like Super Nintendo. I'm kind of like that. But this is the Saturn. It should have better graphics than that. If it doesn't really. This game's hard too, like, because of the way the graphics are. It's like hard to tell like where your hitboxes are, and it's just fucking bullshit. Like, you don't get a lot of lives and continues. You can save though, so I mean, it's definitely doable. But cool concept. I wish this game was better, because the cover's awesome. I love that cover. And then you play the game and you're like, it's just ain't it. Like, this is just a puzzle game for the Saturn. This is this is on PC and arcades and stuff. Everything's rated kids to adults. That's another trend that I'm noticing. I'm pretty sure this is a light gun game. Look at that crack. It's 2 discs. This thing's heavy. Has this like look how much plastic this is, just to hold the extra disc in there. Like, there couldn't have been another way. I'll be dead and this giant hunk of plastic will live on. Forever. That's like super unrecyclable. But I think you're supposed to use a light gun game. This is a light gun game. It's on 32X as well. There's a 32X CD, and this game is on it. I don't own any of those games. My buddy did. But yeah, 32X CD. I'll much rather just stick to Saturn. Easily, like, of my Sega CD collection, like, because like there's Sega CD, which is its own console. There's Saturn, these are on CDs. The Dreamcast is on CD. So of all the CD-based Sega, the Saturn is easily the one I have the most for, like, I think. 84 games. I might have more for Dreamcast, I don't know. Let's check. I have 65 for Dreamcast. So yeah, Saturn by like 20 games I have the most, like, CD based games for, so it's just, there's something about it, I don't know, like, I like the planet Saturn, like, astrologically. So if you look up the review for this game on like GameSpot or something, they give it like a 2. They're like, this is the worst game ever. It's like, it's not the worst game ever, but it's also just like a 2D game. It's like a 2D Crazy Taxi. It's the best way to describe it. But you're on a bike and you can punch pedestrians in the face. To me, it's like, it's amusing. I'm very amused by this game, but I understand why it's a bad game, if that makes sense. That's also on PlayStation. It's called Courier Crisis. Yeah, so there really wasn't E. Like, E didn't come around until like a little later, I don't think. So it was like, I think kids to adults, and then T would be the next one. So yeah, there was a time when both kids to adults and E existed, and then they got rid of kids to adults, and then they added E10 later on in like 2005. Creature Shock, like, that looks crazy, right? Like, what the hell is this? Multi-disc. Oh, it's another one of those. Just fill the landfill up with those. don't know, this game looks wild. Again, like the box, I feel like the Saturn boxes sell you like so well on them, and then you play the game. Prime Wave. Again, like look at that. It's like a fucking cop car shooting laser beams out the front of it. Like it's kids to adults. I have played this. It's like a I don't like top-down car perspective games because you can't see where you're going, which I always thought was like, why don't... That's why I like games like Outrun, where it's like, even though it's like a low-resolution game, I can at least see where I'm going. Like, when it's like this, and I'm looking like that, and it's like, okay, go. It's like, what's over there? It's like, no, don't worry about that. It's like, that's where I'm going. I think there's also Croc 2, at least on PlayStation, maybe on Saturn. I think it's also on Saturn. Just a 3D platformer. It's okay. It's definitely not like... Again, it's on other consoles, so you don't need a Saturn for it. And just... whatever, it's just Croc. Croc didn't catch on as much as other more popular characters. I think after Croc 2, I don't think there's anything else. He just disappeared. These all should be in the correct order. Just to be sure. Croc. Again, this game's on PC, so you do not need a Saturn for it, but I always remember seeing this game, being like, oh, damn. It's kind of like a, again, it's top-down perspective shooter. Probably plays like okay on the Saturn, but you have to like point and click on things, so have fun doing that on a D-pad. Crusader, no remorse. Croc is a legend. Undoubtedly, dude. Racing game. It's not that good. Kind of looks like Wipeout, but bad Wipeout. Case is fucked up. It's broken there. So it just kind of falls apart when you open it. So, the sequel to this game was on the Dreamcast, and I showed it last episode. This is the original game, I guess. I haven't played it yet, because I'm just like, this looks so, like, crazy. Like, I'm not ready for it. For sure. Plus, I bet it's nothing like D2. D2 is like a shooter, too. This looks like just a pure, like, adventure horror game. This is a horizontal shooter, so not... It's a shoot 'em up, but you don't shoot up, you shoot horizontal, so it's a horror shooter. Sideways. It's not bad. Darius, just meaning like fish. So you shoot fish. And kill the evil fish. Rest in peace, Acclaim. E. 3-hour time limit escape room puzzle game, and then it like deletes your save file. Here's another first-party Sega game that was like, okay, we're gonna make this for the Saturn. Here we go, guys. Ba-ba. Nope. Not a reason you need a Saturn. This game's not that great. It's like an isometric 2D action RPG. Just cool concept. It looks cool, but it's just still not it. Like, this is definitely not a reason you need a Saturn. Like, one game we are gonna pass over that I don't have down here is Dragonforce. I really like that game, but it's also still not a reason to have a Saturn. I'll let you know when there's a reason. This case is in good shape. Dark Light Conflict. Again, box looks amazing. Game. It's a space shooter. I'd say probably like the mini game in Ratchet and Clank is probably more fun than this. But magic. This is just show and tell. Like, everything here is already organized. I'm just double checking it on stream. And dropping some knowledge. Like, this is the super common Daytona USA Championship Circuit Edition, but there's like a system link edition that lets you play online. It's like the online version, and that one's like super rare. But like, people mistake it for, it's like, oh, I have the Daytona USA, that's it, that's the one. No, dude, it's the like online version. Because there was a peripheral for the Saturn that let you plug in a modem in the back. I don't have one. This is just a pinball game. Everything's rated kids to adults. Or T. Or M. E doesn't exist yet. It's just pinball. I mean, cool, I guess. Doom, though. One thing I always remember about my version, because it's NTSC, is you can't system link. So there's also a like extension port on the back of the Saturn that lets you system link. Yeah, right there. But only the European version of Doom lets you do that. Thanks. Dream is dead. But you can still play by yourself. Doom. I mean, who doesn't know Doom? Slightly less known, but equally as iconic, Duke Nukem too. Like, who doesn't know Duke? This you could also play online. It even says right there. Netlink playable. That's crazy, right? You guys want to play some Sega Saturn Duke Nukem 3D Netlink? Yeah, then the next game is Dragonforce, and I have that upstairs. This is another, like, weird horror game. It's called Enemy Zero. And I picked it up at a comic book shop because it just looked like I needed it. It's made by that same company that made D. So I'm like, is this D0? Because there's D2 on the Dreamcast, there's D, and then there's Enemy Zero. So I'm like, they're all made by the same company. Like, this must be the prequel. Just look, it's just, again, I'm not, the reason I haven't played D in this game is I'm not ready for this, dude. I am not ready. Nice, you got off early, good for you. I showed this on stream yesterday because I was complaining that Ray Force music is not relaxing, which it's not. But, and neither is music in this game. This is like an intense game. My buddy and I have been trying to beat this for a while, but it's hard. Especially when you get to the later levels and you're flying in a cave. Turns out flying a ship in a cave is not a good idea. Grady, don't stop moving. This box is all messed up. Like, see how the art's like, no. Oh, she's gone. Alright. No, she knows she's on camera, I swear to God. Gex. This is 2D Gex, though. So even like Gex 64 is like more advanced than this. So I mean, if you're really into the horror games, I could actually see you wanting a Saturn, because I don't know if D and Enemy Zero came out on other consoles, so like if you're really into horror games, and I like Galactic Attack, I don't think that's on where are you going? I like Galactic Attack, but there's probably another way to play that game. You like don't need a Saturn. The Saturn version is just cool because you can change it so that, because it's a vertical shooter, so you can change it so it's like sideways, and then you can just take your TV and put it sideways. It's actually kind of funny. It tells you in the manual not to do that, but that's exactly what I do. Yeah. It's like, do not put your TV on its side like that when you switch to vertical mode. Very dangerous. That's exactly what I do. You just have to have the right kind of TV. Not every CRT can be put on its side, just because of obviously the way it's designed. And then other ones are like they have like shit inside of it that'll like fuck the picture up, like magnets and shit. I don't know how to explain it. You know, magnets. You know how those work. Forehead. Yeah, this is just another weird ass looking mech game. Rated kids to adults. Sega made all these. These are all like they made so many first party games for their console, and just none of them stuck. No one wanted them. Not here in America. Saturn did great in Japan. Just here in America, we did not give a fuck about any of this. This was just not doing it. Fighting Vipers. Again, just another shitty fighting game. What's this game remind me of? Grid Runner. It's kind of like Load Runner, where you're just on paths and you just have to. These games are very like, I don't know how to describe them. Probably not my kind of game, but they're sort of like puzzle platformers, but they're like more challenging. Virgin Games. Again, this is another game for Saturn that Sega was like, yeah, you're gonna want this game, Guardian Heroes. This game's awesome. You can play with 6 people. 6 players. How are you not entertained? And the reason that you're not entertained is because the game isn't very good. Sadly, like, looks awesome, right? Guardian Heroes. First party Sega. Well, we got our new console, we got our game, you're ready to go. No, you're not, because this game is painfully average. It's really hard, too, so it's like, I don't know. Cool game, just not a very accessible game. Like, you gotta be like a beat-em-up master to play this game. Like, this isn't like playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or something where you can pick it up and, you know, it's easier. It's just not like, by the time you get to like the first couple levels, it's just like it's already like way crazy. Maybe if I played it again I'd have a different opinion, but I played it before and I'm just like, it's not that good. Another mech game. If you liked mech games, you're in luck with the Saturn, because all of them are on the Saturn, because it's easier to make squares with the Saturn, because this Saturn emulates 3D with cubes, where the PlayStation and other consoles did it with triangles. So I guess games like Mech Assault and anything that involved the mech, where you're just a blocky mech, it was a breeze. Gun Griffin. This is also on N64 and PC. You definitely don't need it on Saturn, but first-person magic game. It's like Doom with magic. Surely you've heard of Hexen. Somewhat well-known. Definitely more well-known than some of his other shit. I think Guardian Heroes. like video games have always been too hard, but that's the thing. It's easy to make a game hard. Make it accessible. Make me feel like I have a chance. Gracie. Gracie. I don't even know what you would start to... Like, if I saw this game, I'd be like, what do you do in Independence Day? Like, is it based on the movie? Like, what the hell is this? It's just another, flight combat game. Now, this game is dope. It's also on PlayStation, so you don't need the Saturn version, but it is a cool game. It's made by the same people that made Metal Slug, except that instead of running around as a person, you are diving as a submarine. I've made it really far in this game. I've almost beaten it. I remember back in my old apartment, I almost beat it on Madness, which is the hardest setting. It's really cool. It's called In the Hunt. Another shitty fighting game. Looks cool. Whoa, this looks awesome. No. It'd be awesome. It'd be better if it was just like a beat 'em up. But no, it's a fighting game. Like, no. These sold well in Japan. It just didn't translate over here. They were just like, just sell the same games we're selling in Japan. It didn't work out because the Japanese market just wanted the arcade ports of the games they were playing in the arcades. They didn't want new Saturn games. So, like, we just got those arcade ports, and it was like, what the hell's Last Bronx? I think this is the sequel to, whatever the hell the Genesis version's called. This is Legend of Oasis, but now I can't remember what the Genesis version is called. It's something Oasis. The whole thing is it's Oasis. Again, it's okay. It's an action RPG. Think of it like if Secret of Mana was dumbed down incredibly and there's only one character. That's sort of what it's like, with somehow worse graphics. Because I feel like your character's so big on the screen, like it's hard to see where you're going sometimes, and you're doing puzzles and shit, and I don't know. Oh, it's definitely like again, cool, but not like, I don't know. Not drawn to it. Probably doesn't have a lot of. I don't know. I don't see people talking about the Oasis series too often. I see them on the RPG marathon sometimes though, or like the retrothons. Like I will see Legend of Oasis. Maybe not that game, but like the Genesis game. Just another shitty mech combat game. Again, these covers are like, wow, this is blowing me away. But then you put the game into your console. Edios. Gracie, where do you keep running up to? This is just another adventure horror game. But this is like very, I don't know. I've never played it, but it just looks like a point and click horror game. So yeah, just if you like mech assault, mech warrior, these type of games, there's so many of them on the Saturn. They just all made their way to the Saturn somehow. I'm like, which mech like fighting games am I missing on the Saturn? Because I have so many. This is also on PlayStation, but the Saturn version is just cooler. It's bigger. More blue and orange than ever before. Just cool. It's not a very well-kept secret that if there's two versions of the game, if there's a PlayStation version and a Saturn version, generally the Saturn version is going to be less common for obvious reasons. Console died. I want to get off Mr. Bones' Wild Ride. I've actually tried to get far in this game, but it's so fucking hard. Because it's like an auto-scroller. And other things, probably. It's 2 discs, so like you do a lot. There's a bunch of cutscenes and you do a lot of different things. But the game starts off as an auto-scroller, and I can't even get past that part of it. Be alright if it just wasn't so damn hard. Like, hard and not the right way. Like, I wanted to keep playing this. I wanted to keep seeing the zany cutscenes and all this cool shit. Why do you make it so fucking difficult? I want to get on Mr. Bones' Wild Ride. Boringest game in history comes to the Saturn to put you to sleep no matter what console you're on. I don't even know what you do in Myst. Like, you just go around and like do like little environment puzzles. It's environment puzzles the game, so that's probably why I hate it so much. Football. Oh, and she's gone. She's actually over there. Maybe I can reach. There we go. Football. Football. Hockey. Six players. 1 to 8 players? Holy shit. Imagine. Imagine. This is a fighting game. This is a decent fighting game. It's also on PlayStation though. But the Saturn version lets you use like your enhanced memory to like make it run better. This is the game that Morgan's from. If you ever play Marvel vs. Capcom, they throw her in there, and this is the game she's from. It's not bad. It's just, you know, hard. Because it's a Capcom fighting game. Very cool game. This was another thing they wanted you to get for the Saturn, those knights. And I would have been happy with this. When I first saw this game on G4, like on Cinematech, because Cinematech definitely like to show this game sometimes. I was like, dude, what the hell? Knights? How do I play that? Oh, I need a Saturn. Okay. And then I learned that they made like the PlayStation 2 version in Japan, and there's the HD version on Steam and shit now. But it started off as a Saturn game. So did this game, which is just like, I can't not compare it to Star Fox, because that is what they were competing against. I mean, it came out right around the same time. So it's just like, it's the same idea as Star Fox. It's a rail shooter. But why is Star Fox good and this not good? Because it is. Like, I don't know how you can tell me this is better than Star Fox. Yo, look at that reflection infinite shot. I have a few of these like really big protective case things for the some Saturn games. They're okay. They're a little loose. They're not like as tight. You're supposed to put like a piece of tape here to like hold it, but. And there's Panzer Dragoon 2 Zwei, which again is just more of the same. And then the only Panzer Dragoon game I don't have is the one that's $1,000. Which I'm sure some people dropped when they got their Biden bucks. They're like, oh, $1,400? That's how much one copy of the Saturn game is. I will buy it now. It's 4 discs, and it's like super sought after, but I just haven't stooped to that level. You could also put a down payment on a car. Like, it's ridiculous. It's just insane. This I found at a thrift store, actually. Oh, my eclipses. I gotta figure out what to do with all this shit. It's like a beast fighting game, Primal Rage. You can see the water damage on the manual, which is also the front art. I was happy to find this. That's cool. Then there's Quake 1 on the Saturn, which is, it's Quake 1. It's rough. Probably want to play it on PC, but if you want to make it even more rough, here you go. Speaking of rough, Resident Evil. Rated M. Very blocky Resident Evil. I don't even know what's going on there. Resurrection, Rise 2. So is there a Rise 1? Or it's like double Resurrection, the Rise of the Resurrection. It's like, what? What do you do? And then what? So what has resurrected and what do you do? What is rising? I guess it's another shitty fighting game. That's what right when I turned it around and I saw all the characters and it looks like a fighting game select screen. Robotica. Never guess what it is. Yes, it's a mech combat game. I swear I have like all of them. This one actually looks pretty cool though, because I like how it's more like a shooter and less like a actual fucking mech combat game. Oh, and then the next game after that, Saturn Bomberman, which is just like an infuriating game. You can play it online though, which is pretty crazy. Scorcher is just a shitty racing game, Morty. I'd say this is probably a better racing game. Just give me a regular car. 4 wheels and a road. Give that a shot. Seriously, kids to adults, man, everything. You like Mahjong? No. It's like, again, this is the wrong audience. No, this is for the Japanese. We don't care about Mahjong here, dude. I don't have Sonic R, but I do have Sonic 3D Blast, which also came out on the Genesis. So I don't really know what the Saturn version gives you differently. It's on it though. Birdie, birdie. This is just like a helicopter combat game. This is also on PS1. Another flight combat game. All these flight combat games are just whatever, really. For a Street Fighter game, this cover is pretty, like, I don't know. Street Fighter Alpha Warrior's Dreams. So I think this is Alpha 1? I don't know. I always forget that Warrior's Dreams thing. But it's just looks a lot like Street Fighter 2, but with more shit. And then there's this, which is also on the PlayStation 1, which actually has Street Fighter 2. Again, yeah, Saturn can handle all this, of course, but like so could the PlayStation. Dixat actually traded one of my subs for. Didn't have the manual. I mean, on the shelf you can't tell it doesn't have the manual, but yeah, no manual. I should mark that down. Yeah, it's Street Fighter the movie, the game. Yeah. Tempest. This is also on Jaguar. Tempest 2000, and probably PC and other things. Tempest is fun for like 20 minutes. Tetris Plus. Just a Tetris. I haven't played this game a lot, but it's like a action Jurassic Park game. Finally, a movie game that is worthy of the license. I can't even read it because it's all like fucking... Probably sucks. The original Tomb Raider, rough game, but revolutionary. One of the first, if not, it's like the first 3D game was Tomb Raider, more or less. So like, that's what we're dealing with here. Early 3D. Just wasn't really very good yet. And the Saturn didn't do 3D good. So if it was a 3D adaptation, the Saturn did souped up 2D great. And it did 3D not that great. Cop. But again, really popular in Japan. Not so much here. Virtual Fighter Kids. Again, just I don't know where they thought that this was gonna be like popular. Here we go. Now you got my attention. Virtual Casino. Let's go. It's Las Vegas in your living room. Oh man, I own this. I just remembered. Oh man, this game is horrible. But it's made by Atlas. This is an angry video game nerd game. It is bad. The original, all the Highlight games are bad. This one's like extra shitty. This is like a custom robo. It's like a 2v2 custom robo. Or 1v1, I should say. That's how custom robo is anyway. Or at least the early ones. It's alright. You're supposed to have a there's like a custom made controller for it. It doesn't have a picture of it anywhere on here. Maybe in the manual. But there's a controller that has like 2 joysticks on it that's actually specially designed for this game, but I don't have it. Pretty nuts. Tennis. Acclaim just all over the place on the Saturn. It's like they really died on the Saturn. And then if you really have no other way to play StarCraft, or not StarCraft, Warcraft 2, you can play it on the Saturn. It's actually not horrible. Like the point and click on the D-pad is actually like pretty well thought out. But yeah, you probably want a mouse. Includes the Tides of Darkness and Dark Portal expansion though. And then the last game is a flight combat game. So we just went through all the Saturn games. Not a lot of good games, dude. They look cool on the shelf. They're not that fun to play. So that's the problem with the Saturn. It was really niche. You either really had to be into arcade games or like something that Sega was releasing that like you really, really wanted, like Guardian Heroes or Knights or Panzer Dragon or something. beat up Piplup. Why would I do that? Is that the end of that? Wow. What was this? Where were we at with this? We'll double check the Sega CD stuff. So we got Spoderman. Because it's amazing. It's the Amazing Spider-Man, so it comes first alphabetically. The Amazing Spoderman. Sega CD, so it's like it's not. There's no 3D shit yet on Sega CD. It's like best way to describe it is like I don't know, like it's hard to describe like how the. It's like those other CD-based consoles, like the TurboGrafx CD, or like the Atari Jaguar CD. Maybe the Jaguar CD could do 3D stuff, but it's just I don't know. I'd say the TurboGrafx CD is probably it's like 16-bit enhanced. Is the best way to describe it. Really weird though, like. I never heard it again, like Saturn. I never heard a Sega CD, or that there was like an attachment for the Genesis for a while. Like I just like, oh, Genesis has carts. Oh, there's CD games. What the fuck? And then this is the game I found at a gas station, dead ass. I was lost and I needed $5 worth of gas in my tank, so I pulled over, got some gas, went inside, and there were games. And this is one of the games that I got. This is probably like the best Sega CD game I have. Sadly, it's a horizontal shooter. It's really cool though. Like, totally badass. This is before the ESRB. Appropriate for all audiences. General audience. This game's rated MA. MA 13? I guess once you're hit 13, like, by, like, Jewish boy standards. Just, I guess you do, like, all sorts of shit in this game. Is there any reason to own a Saturn besides collecting? No. I don't know what's going on with this. Just looks like a shitty adventure game. Oh, great. More of this awful game. He even looks like smug about it, too. It's like, Echo, Tides of Time. Heh yeah, you get to play more of this shit, dumbass. Now I'm gonna die to turtles and jellyfish and common fish. I'm just gonna die to more things now. Yeah, these games are way more difficult than they deserve to be. Like, you see, it's like, oh, fun dolphin game. No. Stupidly challenging dolphin game. Fight. So when I got my XI, the guy also had this game, which I only have the disc for. So I think it's it might be marked like that already. It's called Final Fight CD. It's just Final Fight on the Sega CD. That's all it is, really. It's okay. Like, it's good. It's Final Fight. It's cool. That's like a cool game to have on Sega. Sega CD actually has good games, but the problem is it's a Sega CD. Oh. So I also have this game for the Saturn. It's called the same thing, Mansion of Hidden Souls. Mansion of Hidden Souls. I didn't even realize I had the same game for Sega CD. That's crazy. I'm just like, you know, Mansion, dude. Who doesn't love some Mansion? Mortal Kombat. Why does the kid shout Mortal Kombat? This should have all the blood and stuff. I'd be surprised if it doesn't. Yeah, MA-17. They are enhanced. You get, like, fully drawn cutscenes and stuff. Here's a game a lot of people like, NBA Jam. This is like a super well-known game. Huh, you could even see, that's the sticker from the place I got Android Assault, but the case was all fucked up, so I just replaced the Android Assault case with probably this one, because this one was in mint condition and it's NBA Jam and I don't give a shit about it. So now I got this shitty case. That's funny. That's how much I paid for Android Assault 8 years ago or whatever that was. This is a really iconic game. So like there's those crappy Sega CD cases, which are just the same as the crappy Sega Saturn cases, and then there's these fucking paper cases, dude. Look at this. Like, we're still using this is like an NES box for Sega CD. But yeah, this game is like very iconic. Very well known. Oh, Gracie left. Clip that. I pressed the button. Hopefully it was soon enough. So I just bodied that Piplup. But yeah, the fact this comes in like a paper box like this is just like, oh my god, dude. It's so hard to keep these in good condition. This is one of the most bizarre video games I've ever played. And that's saying something. Like, the game starts off and, like, there's already just, like, strange colors, odd animations, strange things happening, noises like farting, puking. Like, it's just like, what the hell is going on? What is this, like, win a WWF pinball mat? Win the Royal Rumble pinball machine? Oh, hell yeah. I still have yet to play a game that's as fucking bizarre as this game. And all it really is just like, it's a game like, what's that called? Like Dragon's Lair, where it's literally just like, make sure you choose the right path. Like, you just keep choosing the right path until you get it. It's not like there's no skill, there's no like learning, there's no story. Like, it's just random bullshit. Like, I don't really understand how this fucking video game exists. Like, what the fuck is this? This was made by like a 5-year-old. Strange how small my Sega CD collection is, but there's already like so much more to it already. It's like the weird game I found at the gas station, Night Trap, that game, Panic. It's like the Sega CD is wild, man. I kind of wish I had more games. This game is just like a puzzle platformer. It sucks. Pugsy. He's just... He sucks. Like... Rated Ga. Wheel of Dumbasses. That hairdo, though. That hairdo. It do be. Oh. After Pugsy, it's actually Sega CD Sonic. It's called Sonic CD. This game's okay, but it's also just 2D Sonic on Sega CD. It's like not... Where's my knights? It comes on a pink disc, though. That's kind of neat. This is a pack-in, though. I don't have the, like, actual retail copy. This is some pack-in that came with some... I don't know, something. Maybe the fucking, I don't know. I don't know what they packed this in with, but this is a pack-in. Pugsy, Sega CD Sonic, Wheel of Fortune. And the last game I have is this weird-ass game, too. Just like, what the fuck is happening? Wirehead? This isn't some, like... This is like a show, right? Just, I don't know. I don't know why I have this. Just, I don't know. Just because. Just to have more Sega CD games, I guess. And then I burned a bunch of Sega CD games that I thought were cool. So, like, these I guess would be games that I'd like to, like, actually own. Like Earthworm Jim, Lunar. Yeah, Lunar on Sega CD. That's gotta be hundreds of dollars. Mickey Mania. Shining Force. That's gotta be impossible to get. Soul Feast. just for the name. There's a couple other Sega CD games I like to have, but for the most part, it's a pretty low-key system with just a few bangers. The issue is like just playing the games. Like the hardware is terrible, so like there are good games on Sega CD. You just need a working Sega CD, which is the hardest thing to get. Hey, Fast Gamer. Gracie. So what now? Oh, what happened? Oh, haven't updated that. Talking about the channel reward or challenge. It did end, rip. Guess I'll just get a refund, everyone. No, I'll extend it. Diet Mario Kart's almost there. It needs another, like, few thousand points. And then Mr. Mosquito once I get back into speedrunning Mr. Mosquito. Someday. Soon. Or at least just, like, play a little bit, be like, okay, here's Mr. Mosquito, and then do the English run. Or maybe just do it raw. Like, I don't know. Figure it out. I gotta go here in like 20-30 minutes. This is still like not organized well at all. I'm not going to get off just yet. This is a shitty Genesis that I found at a thrift store. And it's not that it's in, like, bad shape. It's just that it's made badly. So, like, you can play some Genesis games on here. You could actually even put a Genesis... The fact that it has a port for Genesis carts is pretty amazing. The issue is that it doesn't emulate them correctly. So you put in Sonic or something, and it's like... Like the fucking, like, the pitch and speed of the music's all off. Like, the game's actually played correctly, but the music and sound effects are all, like, the wrong key. It's like, what the how do they fuck that up, dude? now I am going to be signing off. So thanks for watching. I'll be back later with more this or Robotron or something. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll be back.